Ah, here we go. There it is. Streaming public. Nice, Yusuf.
Hi, people.
We are, I think now we have to, how I find a pre-sale SaaS. Okay, are we, no, I didn't make the changes yet. It's funny, we first go live on Riverside and then we go live in the,
Aren't we live yet?
not on YouTube, no,
Oh.
public. Done. Yes. Awesome, this is happening. We are live finally on YouTube. Okay. This is the first session of hopefully many where we talk about validating a SaaS before we build it. That means we are actually making a software as a service here on this channel. We wanted to do this for some time. Video production is slow, streaming is fast, and that's why we're here on the stream. I'm here with Yusuf. What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
Going good. This is the first time we're trying this, so expect some hiccups, but I think in general we'll be fine. I think I'll just get some, yes, I'm streaming it. Check YouTube. At least we have one watcher. Okay, so this is about us talking how we can pre-sell something and then we make it. So we have a quick agenda today. And this is it. So I want to talk about why this is the right approach. Then I will show a pitch deck of the actual product, which is here. Then this rough time plan, and then we have some Q&A. And then how you can participate, because we want to get some people in to actually use this thing. Great, why this approach will work. So Yusuf is here. We will market this thing together. This is the idea. We are hustling to sell the software before we actually build it. And once we validated it, meaning once we have made some money with that, then we're going to build it. The building part, for me, it's easy. I'm a computer science scientist, I'm an engineer, I have my own software company. But actually selling it, making something that people really want, that's the hard part. And this is why we're here in the first session, where we're talking about exactly that. Okay, so the plan, what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to stream every day. Maybe not exactly this week, but probably the weeks after. So Yusuf and I, we're going to go ahead and try to validate the software and pre-sell it. Yusuf, you have done sales before. What's your general idea how you think this will go down? Let's say if we now take like a rough plan for the first week. How do you think we can do this? If we both go at it, let's say both 4 hours per day.
All right, so our approach will actually be to get those who are willing to take some sort of risk, those who actually will believe in an idea like Facebook when it firstly started, or Bitcoin, something to actually believe that it has a future, it has a vision, and invest in it before it actually releases to people. So our approach would be to present it like we are doing right now, then prospect to see business owners who are actually suffering from the current recruitment issues, for instance, time consumption and stuff like that. Then say, hey, we're doing this stuff. What do you think of it? They will have their thoughts, their ideas. Well, this works. Well, this doesn't. Well, I have a concern here. We try to figure that out before actually publishing or trying to code the software. Then, okay, try to project it after the edits to other people. What they say, well, it works well, but it's kind of expensive. Then we try to, have our approach with the price thing. We will say, hey, this fix X problem, which is time, which is a huge problem actually. So the main idea, we have time consumption problem. We have a tool that solves the time consumption problem. which you don't have to scroll all the resumes and CVs, just a video. So this will be an asset for us to project via cold
Mhm.
email, and as well as posting that on LinkedIn or short content form right now, because short content form is going viral everywhere, and people are more engaging to short form content. So I believe 4 hours every day we have this stream, we have short form content, we have posts all over the internet, we have cold emails going within business owners everywhere. So with getting our idea being spread everywhere on videos and written content, this will help us get much feedback as much as we
Yeah,
post. Therefore, we can spread.
true. I want to hook into this real quick. We're making a hiring tool. I'm going to explain this in a bit because this is the first stream. We're making a hiring tool. This is like an applicant tracking system, but it's going to be more beneficial for the actual users, for the people applying. I can imagine that a lot of people we reach on social media will be on the applicant side. Usually, what I heard, which is the advice when you build something like a marketplace. What we're building is not exactly a marketplace, but it is somewhat close-ish to that. What we should do is focus on the people who actually pay the money. So the idea would be first to sell it to the business owners, and while we do this, we document how we do that, so that it attracts some people doing also want to build their own software, maybe computer scientists, coders. So first we need to sell to the business owners. I have a good friend. He has a software called Flexbooks, and I actually interviewed him. I didn't release it yet. So if you're interested in that, send me an email. I'm going to send you the recording before we make it. And this guy built a SaaS and it's still running. It's making good money. What he did, he just cold emailed a lot of people. And I think this will be probably a good key for us also to go after. So we do cold emailing and maybe cold messaging on LinkedIn. And then we need just to find a good flow. What are we asking people? And so if you do the first week, I could imagine this would probably take the whole week because it takes time to move through an email list.
Correct.
Yeah. So what we could say is we try the first week just really go for cold email. And while the emails get sent out, we can try directly go on LinkedIn and find contacts of contacts or post in forums, cold message people on LinkedIn. I think we need some kind of better structured plan. I think we can work on this. You probably have some more ideas here. Important is that we actually do these primary actions. So there's this guy called Alex Hormozy. You probably all know him. He's
Yeah.
2 million subscribers now. He said you need to do 100 primary actions every day. Okay, 100 is a lot, but we're 2 people, so maybe we can message 50 people each, something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
And if we have our cold email as well structured and customized to each one, for instance, if we are talking to a business owner, the guy who pays the money, or HR recruiter, or whoever who is responsible for the hiring process in the company, let's say he's using Indeed.com, for instance. So we're gonna cold email him with his specific case. While you're using Indeed.com, it's a very broad and well-known website, but it has this X problem, which is too many applicants, and you don't know if all of them are qualified. Also, you don't know if someone of them stated, I have good communication skills. How do you actually know that with him only writing it?
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen his communication, you haven't seen his speaking skills. So we address his current unique problem, which is receiving too many applicants, or not all of them are qualified. Then say, well, this solves that problem that you specifically have. So the thing is, with cold emailing, we're gonna cold email people who are really could be qualified for this, because we know they suffer a specific problem and we know that we can solve it.
Okay. I have an idea right now, so let's move this here. Just my notepad here from my IDE. Should actually be bigger, so you can, yeah, maybe like this. How about we do something where we take existing job posts, maybe from people who are not not like corporate, not enterprise, but companies with less than 50 people we can actually reach. We take their job posts and we put them into our tool and then just have people apply to them as like a guerrilla tactic.
Yeah.
Why not? It's a bit hacky, but if you then send it, we can even make a video talking about the job post or something. uh, I mean, it's just an idea. We can see if we can do this later. I just wanted to take a note here. Okay. Perfect. I want to round up on this, why this approach will work. Because if it doesn't work, we will just switch, we would pivot and do something else. So we will not sink all the money, any kind of funds from a company into a tool where we're not sure that it works. So as we're doing pre-sales, we're then funding the development from the pre-sales. So this is why I think this is the right approach. And a lot of people told me, don't build something first. You first need to sell it. So this is what we're doing here. And that's also why I hired Yusuf to work with this on me with me on this thing here, and then we hire all the other people which we already have lined up. Actually, Yusuf, today I talked with the UX girl. Let me see if I can find her. That's her website. So today she said she would be in.
Finally.
And she's one of the best. Yes, this is amazing. She is one of the best UX people I ever worked with. She's super kind, and the grade of detail she goes into things is amazing. So
How I know that she is very good. Every time you talked about her, you just mentioned that she was very good at it. So when someone gets this much compliment, without
yeah,
being actually here, that's
yeah,
a good sign.
yes. Because I actually have a video online where somewhere on my channel where we basically hired four UX designers on Upwork, and they both worked on one problem, and then Katarina and we both criticized the work of those four, and all four were not usable. It was very interesting to see that. Caught me off guard a bit because I thought at least one is usable, but none of them were. So yeah, so she's in but we first need to sell it of course, and then she would come in and make the product with us. Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So let's talk about the USP of this thing. And this is the pitch today. I made a video and sent it out internally, just for us to get some idea what we're building here. This is not the thing we want to build. This is not the name, but it's going to be a name, something like that, which looks more fancy. I have some ideas which I didn't put up here. I don't want anyone to just register the .com. The basic idea is this, that we have an ATS that automatically vets the candidates. And we're not doing this through any kind of AI because everybody's doing that. And I think it's not the right thing to do. We are doing it, problem solution, this is so this is the most important thing here. We're doing it in a way that people apply, and after they applied with their own video, they will then get to see other videos and can then criticize these other videos or give praise to these other videos or show that what these other guys are doing is actually better than what they're doing, or something like we can have multiple buttons like Loom, for example, right? Loom has this thing here where you have these buttons and you can say praise, you can whatever, it's like love, praise, and so on. We will also make our buttons, and then basically the review process of an application will be something like this, that we add a comment on this timestamp with a certain reaction. So over time, all the good candidates will bubble up because you play chess, right? So you know the ELO algorithm.
Yes.
Can you explain how the ELO algorithm works, roughly?
Well, that's okay. So the thing is, you win a game, you have a rating, your opponent has a rating. So what the thing you have a rating. Let's say I'm 1400, you're 1400.
Mm-hmm.
So you win against me, you get like plus 5 points, plus 7 points. But if you are 1400 and I'm 1200, you get less
Mm-hmm.
points. If I am way higher than you and you're way less, but you still win the game, you get so much points out of it.
That makes sense. Yeah. I didn't find a good website. I should have seen that before. But I think it was in this code here. So basically, if you beat the Grandmaster, you get way higher in the rankings than if you beat someone who's worse than you in any way. Right. So we can. So once we have people vetting each other, we then need to correlate whatever they are putting in, how they're rating someone else's video, and also where they rate that. Because I think this is important. If you have a video and video application of someone doing a coding test for like 30 minutes, then you don't want to watch the whole video all the time. You want to see where are the interesting parts where someone highlighted it. I think you have the same on YouTube. You have like this wave where people mostly watch something. So
Yeah.
this is the USP. This is the thesis. We need to validate that. Do, do you think it's going to be hard to validate this exact thing here? How would you sell that? Like, how would you explain this even?
Well, actually, the main thing that, as I said, resumes and CVs are very static. Nowadays, jobs require communication skills, like the one we're having right now. You have to communicate with a team whatsoever. How what doesn't matter what your job title is. So the thing is, having 100 resumes or CVs, all of them writing, um, great communication skills,
Mhm.
great communication skills. How do I know? So having a video with the applicant talking about himself and his own experience, that's a point. Plus, having an applicant rating other people's communication skills and expertise, that's a way better option to try and save time. So, without having you to interview 100 people and test all of their communication skills and see their behaviorism towards other colleagues at work, well, you have actually those 4, 5, or even 10 who survived this ELO thing and ranked out very high. Well, you kind of limit the number of people you need to look at. Um, Therefore, you save time and you have a better understanding of those who are you're going to interview them. So,
How would you send a cold email to test that?
well, actually, let's say the heading would be um, resumes are becoming old, or resumes are too static. How about a video resume?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so could be something among this approach and having an email talking about the pain of reading 100 resumes. So
Mm-hmm.
ha- um, let's say Tel is a business owner. Tel posts a post on LinkedIn or let's say Indeed.com. Tel receives 100 resumes. He stays all night reading 10 emails, 10 resumes for 10
Okay.
days. So it took till 10 days to figure out all of these people. While having a video software that ranks the applicants, then Tel actually has to spend only one night or one day to figure out the only 10 who ranked up first. So this could be the approach, not the exact script, but the approach would be, well, Tel spent 10 days to review 100 emails versus Tel spent
Mm-hmm.
one day to review only 10 videos with the feedback.
So like an ad, right? Like a
Yeah,
social media ad or something.
yeah.
Like how about a cold email? If you want to validate this one thing, if you would only be able to send one cold email.
Okay, so one approach I would say like um, having maybe we can say hi, we are working on this thing, having a video resume. What do you think of it? Would it solve your problem? Just like that. taking out people's ideas, not trying to sell it right away, but gathering their opinions first, having
Mhm.
feedback, will it work or not. If it works, we'll have a second approach of emailing, which would be like, well, right now, Indeed.com, LinkedIn.com, all of that, you have overload of resumes. We solve this problem by creating a video ranking application. One applicants can post a video talking about himself, and other applicants reviewing him. Um,
Okay.
I think it would also it has to be something um,
It has to be super
mi-
concise, right? Something like
minimal, like not really
two lines.
overcomplicating. Yeah, I think
I saw you
we
have a
have to.
current job post. We need to find people with current job posts out there. So we saw your job post.
Yeah,
If you get too many applications, is that a huge problem? And if so, we have a system that might solve it. Shall we talk?
exactly.
Super simple.
So
Like
it has,
we,
yeah,
hmm?
it has to be the current problem of someone. Like he has already an ongoing post with, sorry, so many applicants. So we know that this is his problem actually. I
Okay.
think we can also create um, like the one you posted on Upwork, like send me a video of yourself talking why you should be the best candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can make something like that, like a case study to show people actually how it works. So we
Yeah, this
can,
might be good once we already have some people, ideally some people who pre-purchased it, that we then make a good case for it. But then we kind of need the software for that,
but
right?
first we
Or
can
we
like,
oh hmm?
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, no, either maybe we don't need it. Maybe we can just simulate it.
Yeah, we can also attach files. Like, okay,
Mm.
I'm Yusuf. I'll send you this resume of mine. I also send you this video of mine. What do you
Mm.
think works the best? Right? Or forward them to a certain landing page that has, well, this kind of comparison. One has a CV or resume, static, having the person's pictures and list of expertise, versus having a video talking about himself. So we have
Yeah.
to address this main thing. Not it's not really on the top of my head right now to put a specific structure of an email, because what I need to like sit down and have it structured with my own head, you know. But the main thing, like you have a problem, X problem, too many applicants, static application. This is a very important problem. It's static. You don't have any communication between applicants. You don't know if you are suitable for this position or not, because you simply don't know what other 100 applicants wrote on their application. So you cannot know whether you are the right fit for this or not. And versus the dynamic one that we have, which is the video, timestamp, ranking, and stuff like that.
Okay. So this would definitely be some session we can do. We make a code email writing session, and then the next session streams we can make are probably just sharing what our results are. I think that's for sure something we can do. But yeah, we make more of these here. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, nice. Adam is in the chat. Subscriber only mode. Okay. Yeah, we need to work on these marketing actions. I think what we can also do, we can have another session where we write those down and then rank them of what we should try first. There is a book which is good. It's called Weinberg Traction. Can probably also look into this at one point. what they have here, they have something called the bullseye method, I think, in there. I don't know if that's a good image for it. Let me see. Yeah, so basically, yeah, every marketing method has some kind of, let me see if I can get this big. Oh no. Yeah, so every marketing method has some kind of some kind of category. So speaking, sponsoring, unconventional PR, and so on. So they have like 19 of these marketing methods, and then you need to rank them, and you only execute 3 of them or something like that. So we could take that framework and just apply the ideas that we have to this. This could be fun to do, but I do believe in the end we're probably going to be left with cold email just because it usually works so well, and my friend already gave me a good introduction about it.
Yeah, it did work for me actually to get my first jobs as well, like or first
Yeah,
clients, let's just say.
yeah, awesome. Cool, so that's that for now. Awesome, so this is the unique angle. And around that, oh, by the way, I wanted to talk about this thing. They had this app called the Eatery. So the Eatery was an app where you would take photos of your food that you eat, and then you rank it based on how much you think, how healthy it is. And then other people also ranked your food. And then you would get analytics, how far off you are from the common opinion. And this was quite interesting because they also saw a lot where how preferences people had, and it was very interesting. So I used this for like half a year or so. It's very old, and they eventually shut it down. It is kind of in the same way. It's again the ELO score. So yeah, just that. This was very interesting.
That's pretty
And
cool,
what else do we
actually.
have? Business model. I think the business model we need to go into this at one point. I need to compare it with other ATS because this is like just an idea I had, and we need to see how big the problem is for the business owners. If that's a big problem, then we can charge more. If it's a smaller problem, maybe we cannot validate that. But the basic idea is this: we would do the pre-sales in this way. I think, did I show this to you already in the last meeting, or is this new?
I think the free one is kind of new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the free
I
one,
I
what I
checked
like
it.
is this, check the Numa, right? So I like the pricing here, because a lot of people are just able to make their events here. They have a very simple pricing. It's totally cool.
Yeah, very minimal.
Yeah, so you have a landing page for an event. You can just use it right away. Yeah, and you have a platform fee, okay? We don't have that because we don't really have purchases in this process. That's cool. But every person coming to our platform, then using it and putting their own, basically they will have their own video CVs with jobs that they applied for. So every person coming is a benefit for the platform later on. Okay.
Yeah, and there is a fee for the free plan, right?
Yeah, this one here.
Platform
I mean,
fee.
for us, yes, I think so. I think we should have a free plan.
Mhm.
Cool. Awesome. And then ideally we pre-sell this. $1,000 for 3 years guaranteed hosting. I think this would be a really good
Yeah, one thing
offer.
for getting pre-order as well, it was like having a specific benefit as we mentioned in previous calls for those who pre-order it. Like we did discuss why would someone buy it early without having it released yet, because some people might think like, okay, why not I just wait for it to be released, then purchase the software.
Yes.
Well, you can be an early adopter and have this X amount of benefit. So that's a good idea that we implement a specific plan for pre-orders.
Yes, we need that. And again, we will see this after we talk to some people. So what my friend said, is he said we should not make like a list of we don't need to have a number of people we need to talk to. For example, 50. We don't need to have 50 conversations. He just said we need to have 50 times 5 minutes of talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
But like he said, like even if you have a conversation with a couple of people, but each conversation is like half an hour or 1 hour, and you really figure out what they want, that's much more valuable than you have like a quick conversation with more people.
Yeah.
So we should focus on getting people on the calls. I think this would be perfect. And then, of course, if they want to be in the live stream, they can also do that. But just having them in the calls, I think, like getting them on a call would be super important.
So the call to action would be join a meeting or a call or book an interview.
Yes. Call to action in the first, I mean, usually in the cold email, the first thing you want is just have any kind of response. Do you have this problem? Yes or no?
Of course.
And they say yes. Okay, so cool. And then this is what we want to do. And if they say no, okay, we just leave you out. This should be that. And if they don't reply, we just ask them to disqualify, to say no. What do you say?
We want to have the big amount of yes possible. That's why we want to target those who are already. We suspect that they are facing the problem, because those who are already posting on other platforms, not mainly all of them. Like we can prospect different people, not just the same area. But to have the biggest amount of yes, we have to know ourselves that we are already facing this problem. So targeting people on as I mentioned earlier, LinkedIn or Indeed or anything, having their emails on a list, then asking them, do you have this X problem? And I know they have this problem because I see their post with tons of applicants and maybe low response rate or no dynamic interaction with applicants. So I know for sure he has the problem. It's a matter of he replies or not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And also, if we get to the right through to the right people, that's why I think this SaaS business is for small entrepreneurs first. People with a company like my size, around 10 people, maybe up to 50 people. But once you get over 50, you usually have one dedicated HR person, and then that person might not want to get that software. They might just want to do the job as they get told. But so maybe entrepreneurs until 50 people who are still hiring by themselves. Those guys we want to reach, and gals, and anyone. So so we will need to make a plan now how to get this done, and then we'll do the pre-sales as we find people. So this definitely will be a huge hustle. I just threw up this pitch deck, so this is not fixed or not finalized in any way, but I wanted to make a first version because later on I can make another version. We also need to make like competitive analysis. That's something we should probably do fast as well, and in a totally own stream. So let me just write down this as a topic, like SWOT. I think this is important to do this at one point. Okay. And yep, there's
I
a
have
lot
a
of stuff.
question here at this point,
Sure.
by the way. So having a company that has a range of 10 employees, would it be essential for them to have a yearly subscription in a software for hiring?
If it's a company with 10 employees?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for example, if it was, in my case, right, this is 59, this is not the exact pricing, but let's say we say it's $30 per month, so around 340 per year. For my company, I probably would not pay 340 per year. However, if we are in hiring mode and we are really need like at 10 people this year, then yes, then it would make sense. But in my case, I mean, my company is small, right? I would ideally like try to get away with the free version. And then once I have my first dedicated HR, once we're growing past 20 people or so, then I would get that tool. You know what I mean? So I'm not a perfect target market because I mean also I think we bought this one system and I don't like it. It's like called Recruity. We use it as a I think something like this. Yeah. Yeah. I think we use this one. We got it like as a we paid $200 for for like a lifetime deal on AppSumo. And yeah, it doesn't. I mean, we have the system. My team uses it, but for me, there is no much benefit. We can just also use a form, and I still use a form for a video editor. We get this form, right? Just this here. So that's a form. That's actually a form I used to hire a YouTube editor, and I didn't use Recruity because I thought I don't know. I forgot that we have it. Yeah.
Do you
So
ask them
we are. I
to
think we are.
configure it?
We are competing with people using Google Form. Yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome. So competitive analyst, then we have the future vision. I think this is where it gets interesting because once we have people applying multiple times and they build their profile, then things get interesting because then we have actually some kind of platform going. But important for me is that the platform is not the initial mission. The mission is to build a good tool for employers who have job posts out there who want to save time. Yeah. That's important. Like we cannot start with a platform in mind because we're not Google. We don't have the funds to now kickstart a two-sided marketplace, which is the hardest business anyway.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, we gamify.
This is the most interesting part for me.
Which one? The gamification?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
I think it's gonna enhance the type of um, engagement to the tool and the applications because nowadays the attention of people and is very forward to this type of stuff. Um, I had I had an application, not mine. I was on an application called Speaky. It's for
Mhm.
language exchange.
Mm.
So when you meet someone, you go to their profile. If you like talking to them, you give them a sticker, like funny
Uh,
one, cool
yeah.
one, sad one. So when you text a new person, you first go check their profile and see how many stickers do they have. Do they have many of the funny stickers? You want to have
That's
like
cool.
comic conversation, so you text them. More of a cool one, so you text them. You don't like funny people, so you see him funny, so you don't actually engage to him. So it was kind of appealing to me back then, and a lot of people were engaging to this application due to this specific um, feature. So yeah, that's why I found it appealing to me as well when I read the gamification part.
That's cool. Yeah, I think this is an important thing. Stack Overflow has been built basically fully on gamification. You get ranks
Exactly.
and then points and everything. Yeah. Cool. And what else? This is just what we think we should do. This is like part of the pitch deck. The idea is we do this. Now it's February 14th. We're doing validating in February, March, and then we build it in March, April. That's the idea. We had a couple of questions from the developer who I asked. He didn't really get if it was. He hasn't seen this presentation yet, so he had a couple of questions. Let's. I think we don't need those, but you also had a couple of questions here, right? Let's look into these real quick. Yeah. Okay. This is something that we have only touched base very quickly on, right?
Hmm.
I think that we got to figure out. We don't know yet. We have to find the real pain point, right? And then how did the pain points change? And is it so hard that they want to pay for that? Um, yes. So I mean, I can only say this for coders. How does the inclusion of video job applications for coders? Yes. For software development, it's always good to have some kind of video. I found this super important in our application process.
Because actually, the cold email
Uh,
structure would be like 80% built on the answer of these questions. Because
yeah.
these are the concerns or curiosity questions would be in any reader's head, like why should I pay? Why should I use this tool specifically? What's cool about having a video? Um, all of these questions will come to mind once you hear about this specific software. So any sort of cold email structure I will be writing would be triggering this part of curiosity anyone might have. So
Yep.
yeah, I think we gotta structure it in some upcoming calls before we actually start going with the email campaigns.
Right. For sure. What we can also, we can both make an email flow, and then we see which one performs better. That could be interesting.
Exactly.
Could be good, yeah. Okay, cool. We talked about gamification. Why not use the X tool? I think that we gotta figure it out. Yep. Early adopters. Oh yeah, back to that. In order to do the pre-sales, I haven't explained this exactly. We would also just offer to run the application process for a company. So we would also add some manpower, because then we can use it ourselves. We can drive traffic to a job posting, and then we will also control a bit the results. So for the pre-sale, and then they would get like a managed service to hire someone, which is easily worth $1,000 just for the recruiter. The recruiter would also take a couple of thousand even for a successful hire.
Yeah, so it's
So
simply
if it's
replacing.
just that, that could just spark the pre-sale. What did you want to say?
Yeah, so it's kind of replacing a recruiter, maybe. Oh,
Yeah. Yes, for at least once or twice. Yeah. Yes, I mean technically, the recruiter does more. Right? A recruiter also gets your traffic on it, and we can say we do this, including in the pre-sales, so
yeah.
it gets even more juicy often. Okay, cool. That was the pitch deck. Those were the questions. We had this. We had the time plan. We talked about this. How you can participate. I didn't finish these slides really well. I just stuck here on the. I
Yeah.
think it's fine for now. How you can participate? Yes, if you watch this. Yeah, we don't have so many viewers right now. Those might come later when USA
When we
is
record, yeah.
getting awake. Yeah, I mean there will be a version of this being available. So send me an email. Let me know what you think. If you have any kind of ideas, just this is my personal email here. Just send me an email and let me know. Then there's also the channel which you're watching this on. So subscribe. And I also have an email list. So you can go here, and if you go to my newsletter, we're gonna send updates of the journey here. If you go in here, you can get the downloads. So anything that we use for our projects, you can download this stuff here. Okay, and also if you want, let me on LinkedIn. We can talk there. That's it. Anything else
Yeah.
that we
If
might
one
have
also
forgotten?
has enhancement ideas or something we can implement within our software or consider telling people about, I think it would be helpful as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How do
So
you,
this
how do you
is
like
what
my library?
background is really nice. Yeah. Also, like, I really dig your sound, and the video could be better, but I think this is the we will probably have a better recording in a bit, at
Yeah.
least here on Riverside. We also got to change Riverside to StreamYard, because then we can do better scenes, and also want to figure out a way how I can stream this to TikTok. But that
Yeah, at the
we're gonna
same
figure out.
time, yeah. Yeah, it's
Yep,
our first time, so
exactly. If we do this right, and in the end of the year there is a SaaS that makes monthly recurring revenue, my year was set.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
if we scale together, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much, Joseph, and see you in the next session.
Thank
Cool.
you. I
Bye, guys.
enjoyed that very much. Cheers.